Guys, this is a review for your test. Just two problems. Please use your review sheet, though, as well. So the review sheet you got in class is really going to help you do well on this test. Covers all the material. So first thing is first, we're going to basically, I want you to write two equations. Find out what x is and find out what y is. And then go ahead and pause your video. And as soon as you think of the answer or you get the answer, then go ahead and unpause the video and then watch as I solve it. So in order to solve for x and y, hopefully you got a chance to try this on your own. The first thing I'm going to look for is I'm going to look around at my picture. So I see that I have a triangle here, but that triangle is, so I know that these three angles are going to add to 180 degrees. But one of them has a y in it and the other one has an x. So that wouldn't be an equation I'd want to use. But I noticed that these two angles are vertical angles and they're equal. So the equation would be 3x minus 15 is equal to 4x minus 25. And if I solve for x right now, negative 15 equals x minus 25. I'm going to add 25 on both sides in order to solve for x. And I get x equals 10. Once I know x equals 10, I'm going to plug it back in the equation. 4 times 10 is 40, minus 25 is 15. So now I know that this is 15 degrees. Well, now that I know that this is 15 degrees and this is 95 degrees, and all I'm missing is 7y, I can set up a second equation. 15 degrees plus 95 plus 7y, I know is a triangle, so it equals 180 degrees. I'm going to combine these to get 110 plus 7y. I'm going to subtract 110 on both sides. And actually, y also in this case equals 10. That doesn't always happen, but in this case it does equal 10. And that angle right there is 7 times 10, or 70 degrees. The next thing I wanted you guys to look at is being able to measure and draw angles. And one of the mistakes that you guys have been making in class has been you've been using the wrong angle measure when measuring. So let me show you what I mean by that. So if I go to measure this angle right here, I'm going to make sure that this point right here, the vertex, is right between these two lines right here, right in that little hole that they have. Okay? So when I do that, I also want to move this so that it goes right down so that the line matches up. See how this line matches all the way to 0. So this angle goes right here. Now, I see that this is either 41, 42, 43 degrees, or it might be 141, 142, 143. So I have to figure out which one of these it is. And remember, this angle is bigger than an L. It's an obtuse angle. So it wouldn't make sense for this angle to be 43. So I know that I would go to this, the bottom numbers, and this would be, it's actually not 143. I messed up. I apologize. It goes this way. So it's 31. It's between 130 and 140. So it's actually 130, about 137. But it wouldn't make sense for this to use the top numbers because this is a much bigger angle than 90 degrees. So now try this one. This angle. This is another problem with based on angles where you have to write an equation. So here, go ahead and write an equation. There's only x's in here. That would help you solve for x. So go ahead and pause the video, and then when you're done, go ahead and see if you got the right answer. All right. So to solve this one, I'm going to notice that there are two angles right here that form a line, and then they share a vertex right there. So I know that all straight lines will add up, the angles will add up to 180 degrees. So that means 3x plus 7x minus 10 is equal to 180 degrees. So when you do that, you're going to combine like terms. And then I'm going to add 10 on both sides, which gets me 10x equals 190, because 180 plus 10. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 10, and you get x equals 19. And if you plug a 19 in for this angle, or that x, and find the actual angles, you're going to be able to solve for the angles. And the last thing I'm going to ask you is this. If I were to ask you where angle CBD was, is that angle 3, 2, or 1? Again, where is angle CBD? All right. So to find angle CBD, we're going to go from C to B to D, and we can see that we're talking about this opening or angle right here, angle 2. Again, do not forget to use your review sheet to help you review for the test tomorrow.